and welcome back to part 3 of our hot grill summer series. Today we're going to be making the perfect deviled egg. Now, I don't know about you, but I can't stand an overly wet, runny deviled egg. We're not trying to make deviled egg soup here. And so this is a simple recipe. Go ahead and save it and share it. We're going to get into it. Now, this is a new technique that I've been using that I really like, and that is starting with the water already boiling. Now, I used to be like, hey, let me just go ahead and get the eggs in the water and then let it come to a boil. But no, I have actually been letting the water boil first. And so after your water has started boiling, I didn't add salt or anything like that. I put my eggs in there. So I like a softer yolk, so I only boiled my eggs for 7 minutes. If you like a firmer yolk, go ahead and boil your eggs for 8 minutes, but do not go past 8 minutes. That's how you get those ugly, disgusting gray yolks. Nobody wants that. And if you didn't know, when you eat gray yolks, that causes those nasty sulfur, cotton, like rotten eggy burps. So we want to avoid that at all costs, right? So after your eggs are boiled, immediately, immediately shock them in ice cold water. And so I got a bowl, I put ice in it, I put water in it, and I kind of slushed the ice water around so it could be super cold. And once those eggs hit that ice cold water, go ahead and start peeling them, and the shells should just roll right off. I didn't have any issues getting these shells off. The egg whites were smooth. The whole egg was intact. It was absolutely beautiful. Now, I love a good deviled egg, especially at a cookout, summertime. Shoot, I'll eat a deviled egg for the holidays like Thanksgiving and Christmas. Love a deviled egg for Easter, Resurrection Sunday, whatever you call it. I enjoy a deviled egg. I am a high protein girly. I'll make me a nice ribeye steak with a good marble on it with a little tab of butter on top, and I'll make me some deviled eggs as a side. I know that's a little weird, but rock with me. Okay, and so after you peel your eggs, I'm just separating them out of the bowl. You want to split them, and you want to put the yolk into a separate bowl. Now, if you're a cook, you really ain't here for all of that. You're just trying to see what I put in my mixture to make it yummy. But those of you who are more on the beginner side, you need more of this step-by-step tutorial. And so all I'm doing is I'm cutting my eggs in half. Now for this, I use the butter knife. I wouldn't recommend it. If you have a nice sharp serrated knife, even like a steak knife, I think the cut will be cleaner. But honey, y'all barely got this video. Honey, I was exhausted. It was that time for certain women, and I didn't want to get out of the bed this week. But I was like, Brittany, you've been promising this deviled egg video for like 2 weeks now. Get up and get it done. So I wasn't as intentional with my tools as I could have been. So my suggestion is get like a sharp steak knife or a sharp paring knife. It'll give you a cleaner slice on the egg. And as you can see, my yolks are a little softer than, some people would like it. Certain cultures, they like their eggs a little firmer, and there's nothing wrong with that. I like a softer texture because I feel like it makes the mixture smoother. Because when you overcook that egg and you start mixing up, can you not taste like the graininess in it? I can't stand it. And then, we put all of the ingredients in the mask it. And the next thing you know, I'm burping and I'm wondering why I feel sick, because you overcooked the boiled eggs, right? And so this is what it looks like if you stop cooking your eggs at the 7-minute mark and shock them in your ice cold water. And so now that I have my yolk in a separate bowl, I am just going to begin adding my ingredients. Honey, I had to pull out your favorite auntie for this one. It is just so good for recipes like this. And I've been getting a lot of questions like, so before we did the rebrand, your favorite auntie was called the mac and cheese booster. And a lot of people didn't really buy it because they were like, I don't make mac and cheese all the time. So why would I buy that if I only make mac and cheese like occasionally or for like parties or the holidays? And so we changed the name because it's so good for many things, like your deviled eggs, potato salad, regular potatoes, pasta, rice, root vegetables, you name it, so many things. But as you can see, I put a tablespoon of mayo, tablespoon of mustard, a tablespoon of sweet relish. I put 2 teaspoons of minced garlic, and I put two teaspoons of your favorite auntie, and I'm just mixing it up really, really well. I don't like a lumpy deviled egg. I love a smooth texture. And if you don't have the wrist power for this, put it in your NutriBullet. Put it in what do they call it? A food processor to make the mixture smoother. But I only made 6 eggs, which is going to make me a dozen deviled eggs. So I didn't need to pull out the food processor for that. I have a little, sandwich bag that I'm putting this mixture in. You see, I rolled it down twice so the sides of the bags won't get nasty and messy. And I'm just putting the mixture right in there. All I'm going to do is like try and push all the air out as much as I can. And then I'm going to cut the tip of the bag, and that's going to be our piping bag. Now, I do have piping bags because, I used to be a pastry chef, but use what you got at home. You ain't got to buy no special bag to pipe the deviled eggs if you don't want to. And the way my mama and my grandmama did, they never had the piping bags anyway. They used to use the spoon. So use what you got to get what you want. And I just want to be cute and bring out my little white rectangle platter for you guys. Arranging my eggs and then taking my filling in that sandwich bag and just going ahead and piping it. And I'm just using a swirling motion. It makes it look good. Hold your egg. Unlike me, I was trying to be, too big for my britches. Hold the egg, pipe it in there. And this is smoked paprika. Love a good smoked paprika. You can use regular paprika. I know some people who use Cajun seasoning. And I'm just finishing it off with some parsley. Fresh is better, but this is what I had. And there you have it, the perfect deviled egg. Not too runny, not too loose, not overcooked. It's perfection. Make sure you subscribe.